Welcome to Lion Trading, going over today's SPY recap and analysis. So first thing in the morning, I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching for the continuation of this cup that we closed at the 5-day moving average right here. And with the blue and yellow algorithm, we can still be building this handle right here for this 5-day moving average. Like I explained in the weekend video, this is where the trap is going to be, and you must see how we are preparing for it right now, building all of this liquidity. So off the open, I explained to be watching for this head and shoulder that can be forming right here as we are still within this blue, and you see this first trade right here, as well as closing this inverse cup. There was no handle once we close this inverse cup, and I will go over this on the 1-minute chart here in just a moment. But I also explained to still be watching for this yellow right here as we build this handle for this cup right here. And if we do start trying to form something like this above the 5-day moving average to complete this larger cup right here. However, today we did not break range. As I explained in the morning, we could be range bound and have choppy price action like we had leading into Wednesday. I also explained in the morning we are still watching for either this inverse cup and handle to close right here with the green and the white algorithm, or we are looking for this cup to close right here holding above this 5-day moving average. You see this handle, and we can start grabbing this shoulder up here like that. I will come back and explain what to be watching for tomorrow, but first I'm going to go over the 1-minute. So taking a look at the 1-minute chart now, off the open we had some choppier price action right here as you can see, but we never lost this 5-day moving average, and we instead started to form this inverse head and shoulder right here and close the cup at this 547 level. As you can see on the 30-minute right here, we closed this cup, and I explained now to be looking for a handle. We can see that we started to form the handle, but as I explained, we must be looking for it to form this shoulder back above, and then we can continue higher, and we did not do that because we can see we have this left shoulder here with all of this liquidity from the morning, and we start to form this head and shoulder as well as this inverse cup and handle with this green algorithm right here you can see, and once again another head and shoulder within that, and within that head and shoulder once again another inverse cup and handle. You see this handle right here for that trade, and you would have had from 40 cents down to 40, so almost $8 trade just off of this entry right here. Even if you missed this larger entry up here, right, you didn't catch this whole thing down, but you still caught $50 per contract. Now from here we once again had another head and shoulder along with a inverse cup and handle within this green once again, and within that green there is another head and shoulder right there for this move down, and that move actually happened to be where this 5-day moving average was. That is how we did it with this head and shoulder, but you can see we are within this pink algorithm right here, and we are working our way down with this green. So there are several trades that you could have taken within this pink. Once again another one right here with this head and shoulder, but I started to explain here that we need to watch for this inverse head and shoulder starting to form if we want to regain this 5-day moving average that we had right here with all of this liquidity, and you can see how we start to do that right here. So as I was explaining here with those cups, watch for this first one right here. You can see we have this handle and then closing this larger cup right here, which we did end up closing. You can see up here, this is where the sell-off happened right as we closed this inverse cup. We were trying to build this larger handle right here, but you had to still be careful and understand that once we closed this inverse cup, right, you should already have protected your trade. You're seeing this holding, From here, we close this inverse cup once again, and there is no handle right here for this continuation. And instead, you see we dump off of this liquidity right here that we were building with this head and shoulder right here, as well as this inverse cup and handle you can see right there. After that move down, we closed this inverse cup right here, but I explained you had to be watching for this 5-day moving average, and we needed to still be below it. It was right here when this happened, so we started to form this handle within green. We have this head and shoulder right here, as well as this inverse cup and handle. I also explained that if this was just a larger handle right here, to be looking for it to regain this shoulder right here, and from there we could see that breakout of this 547 level that you can see we've touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now back to this 1 minute. So after this inverse cup and handle right here, this could have been a trade, but there was not really much here. You can see the price action is starting to get very, very choppy, and we are also starting to taper. You can see this aggressive channel is now starting to get weaker because this 5-day moving average is right here, and we never actually lost it. We continued to form this base right here for this cup. Now with us forming this base right here and starting to curl like this, I explained we could either see this head and shoulder right here if we wanted to dump, or we could continue to form this support at the 5-day moving average with this cup, and you can see how we have this handle right here. There is this entry, we have this cup that closed right here, and here is this handle for this inverse head and shoulder, which could have been a nice trade once again to close the cup at this level, but we were unable to break above here and continue completing that. If you were still watching it, you could have seen that we had this trade right here off of this shoulder, and once again that shoulder that we were explaining, giving you this move down right here, completing those 2 cups. Now we ran out of time here at the end of the day to see if we were going to get a handle and continue moving down. So now going over what to be looking for tomorrow. Back to this 5-day moving average right here. If we are still holding above it tomorrow, look and see if we complete right that cup and handle still and get the breakout of this 547, or we continue to reject it and form this head and shoulder. Look for us to close this inverse cup at this level first, and from there we can start breaking out of this green, but you still do have to pay attention to the blue and yellow controlled selling right here, as we are forming this cup and handle still, and the bigger picture going into Wednesday is obviously going to be this shoulder right here, and hopefully this 20-day moving average retest. If we can do this, and from there maybe we get a dump once again off of this level. You can also see we're wedging off this 5-day moving average right here, which means a big move is coming. With that 20-day moving average retest, like I'm saying I'm looking for, I was explaining in the chat today that back in August there was a similar setup, and we got this retest, and within the same day a rejection, and from there we started a downtrend. So that is what I am looking for if that happens. Otherwise, we can still regain this 5-day. The 20 is basing, and we can regain the 20 again. So just something to keep in mind and be paying attention to going into Wednesday and the rest of the week. We do also have big tech earnings this week, so pay attention to those as well, along with the Wednesday events. But that is going to wrap up the video for today, so thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning.